All right, let's get right into it. We are talking about what is, without a doubt, one of the most epic road trips on the entire planet. This is a journey that winds you through ancient history, seriously dramatic landscapes, and some of the most breathtaking coastline you will ever see. So think about it for a second. What really makes a road trip legendary? Is it just the number of miles you cover, the views you see out the window, or that incredible feeling of freedom you get on the open road? It's got to be a mix of all of that, and probably a little something more. And that legendary journey we're talking about today, well, it's Scotland's own masterpiece, the North Coast 500. It only launched back in 2015, but wow, it has absolutely exploded onto the scene. It's become a true bucket list trip for adventurers all over the world. And here's why. Just look at that number, 516 miles. Let that sink in. This is not just a weekend drive, it's a full-on expedition through the very heart of the Scottish Highlands. So what is it exactly? Well, the NC500 is this massive, incredible loop. You start at Inverness Castle, and you end up right back there after tracing the rugged, wild, and constantly changing coastline of northern Scotland. It's a journey that takes you through these quiet little fishing villages, lush green valleys, and just miles of untamed beauty. So you're probably inspired, right? But where do you even begin with something this big? Don't worry, planning this adventure is honestly half the fun, and it is totally doable. Let's break down the essentials. First things first, when should you go? You really got to think about the trade-offs here. For example, summer gives you the absolute longest days for exploring, which is amazing, but you're going to be sharing the road with a lot of people and the famous or infamous Scottish midges. For me, autumn sounds incredible. Those stunning colors and quieter roads, I think I'd take that, even with slightly shorter days. Next up, what are you going to drive? A car is going to give you that nimbleness, which is perfect for navigating those narrow single-track roads we'll talk about in a bit. But a camper van, that offers a completely different kind of freedom, doesn't it? You've basically got your home on wheels, ready to pull over wherever the view just blows you away. You do need to plan a bit more carefully, though, because some of those roads can be a tight squeeze. And, of course, the money question, the budget. As you can see, the NC500 is actually super flexible. You can totally do it on a budget, camping, cooking your own food for well under £100 a day. Or you can go all out with beautiful hotels and amazing restaurants. The choice is completely yours. All right, with the planning sorted, let's get to the really good part, the highlights, the unforgettable sights. I'm talking about the moments that are going to fill your camera and just stick with you forever. The history along this route is it's everywhere. You can literally feel it. You can wander through the haunting ruins of Ardvreck Castle, sitting right on the edge of a loch, and try to imagine what Iron Age life was like at the Dun Dornigill Broch. And for a real challenge, you have got to descend the 330 hand-carved Wallago steps, cut right into a cliff face down to a hidden harbor. It's wild. And the landscapes are just immense. The Balach na Ba Pass, it's one of the most challenging drives in Britain, a winding single-track road with these alpine hairpin bends and just jaw-dropping views. You've got thundering waterfalls, a gorge that drops nearly 100 meters straight down, and then there's a spectacular Smoo Cave, a giant sea cavern with its own waterfall inside. The coastline here is simply world-class. I'm serious. You'll find beaches like Uchmilvich, with sand so white and water so turquoise, you'd swear you were in the Caribbean. Over at Ferried Head, you can spot puffins nesting in the cliffs, and you absolutely have to get a photo of the iconic, jagged sea stacks at Duncansby Head. It's the very northern-eastern tip of the country. And listen, you have to eat. This trip isn't just about the views, it's about the taste too. Stock up on amazing local goodies at the Storehouse Farm Shop. You have to reward yourself with a gourmet pie from the legendary Lochinver Larder. And please, do not miss what people say is the best hot chocolate in all of Scotland at Cocoa Mountain. Okay, we've covered the what and the where. Now, let's get into the how. These are the insider tips, the secrets that will take your trip from being just good to absolutely unforgettable. First, a really crucial driving lesson. You will encounter single-track roads. The key is using the passing places. It's simple. If a car is coming your way, you either pull into a spot on your left or you wait opposite a spot on your right and let them pull in. It's just a common courtesy. A little wave, and it keeps everyone moving. Easy. Let's talk packing, because this is so important. And I'm serious, pack for 4 seasons in a single day. Layers are going to be your best friend. Midge repellent is completely non-negotiable in the summer months. And please, download your maps before you leave. You cannot rely on getting a mobile signal in the remote spots. And this is a big one. This place is beautiful, but it's also fragile. The most important thing to take away is to travel responsibly. Shop at the little local places, eat at the independent restaurants, and always, always live by the leave no trace rule. If you pack it in, you pack it out.
And hey, here's a little secret just for you. If you get a chance, take the detour to the village of Diabag. It's at the end of this long, winding, single-track road. The drive itself is an adventure, but your reward is just stunning scenery and this amazing feeling that you've found a real hidden gem.
So we've planned the trip, we've seen the highlights, and we've learned the local secrets. I guess there's only one thing left to do, right? Actually go.
After seeing all of this, after imagining those roads and those views, the only real question left is, are you ready? Are you ready for what could honestly be the road trip of a lifetime?
And look, getting started is way simpler than you might think. Just follow these steps. 1. Pick your time of year and how you want to travel. 2. Jot down your must-see spots. 3. Book the big stuff, and really, if you're going in summer, book that accommodation months ahead. 4. Download those maps. And 5. Pack your bags. It's that straightforward. Because in the end, the most important thing to remember about this whole thing is this. The North Coast 500 isn't really about getting back to Inverness. It's about every single mile, every incredible view, every ancient castle, and every turn in the road. It's the journey itself that becomes the destination.